Hey everybody, let me take 2 minutes of your time to talk about time. Did you know that a lot of efforts don't succeed because of a conflict between what people would like to do with their time and the constraints that time management places upon them? You probably do know that, but what are the constraints and what are the preferences? Let's go through them. First of all, on the mechanical side, the constraints or the precedences or expectations that surround managing any effort to do with your time. Well, they go like this. First of all, you've got to put time aside. Second of all, you've got to track the time. Then you need to spend time on task. Following on from that, there is something that we call process time. Process time is not time spent on processes as opposed to tasks. Process time is time spent interacting with others in a collegiate fashion. This is necessary in a group effort. Then we need to keep track of the pace at which things are happening to make sure that we are getting the final factor, which is value from the time. That's fundamentally what it takes. But how does it all go so wrong sometimes? Well, people have preferences. So what are they? Well, typically people like to do stuff, go fishing, go for a jog, think about life outside of work. So we bracket all of this under activity time. People, of course, like to spend time doing things. It's obvious. The next one that I want to talk about is social time. Social time is what it says on the tin. Social time is time spent having a chat with people and just getting along well, and you need some of that, but too much of a good thing is not a good thing. Thirdly, when it comes to personal preferences, we've got habit. Habit is a tricky one, isn't it? Because we don't necessarily recognize that we're doing things by habit, but we just are. Wasted time. Of course you can waste time. But what does wasted time mean? Well, the way that we talk about wasted time here at Pramana is we mean games, psychological games, which are essentially a waste of time. It would be great if you could spot those, and good news is you can. Withdrawal. Now, withdrawal is actually super important. Everybody needs a little bit of time to contemplate. You could be sitting in a room of people and just tuned out. That's withdrawal. You could literally leave the area. That's withdrawal. You could shut your door. You might want time to journal, write some notes up. Withdrawal is important. Withdrawal at the wrong times, like when I am in a meeting and I just gaze into the distance. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, that's withdrawal. And the final factor is interaction. Interaction is, collaborating in a collegiate way with people on your team. And that is as opposed to what I mentioned in the first 6, which was called process time. But interaction, the way that we define it here as a preference is, well, does somebody actually want to spend time interacting? As opposed to process time. So process time and interaction, for example, could be beautifully aligned and they might not be. So having a way to understand that, to model it, and to help your team to understand where they fit in terms of these factors is a valuable thing. And we have a link for you in the description that can take you a little bit deeper into these behaviors or actions, which we call time actions. So if you would like to learn a little bit more about our time actions assessment and how it could help you to model and understand and fine-tune these performance related behaviors and preferences within your team, then the link is below.